Hello everybody and welcome back to the channel. In the last episode, I showed you how to make this pretty solid, nice, efficient mob farm. And well, I've been using it a fairly decent bit in between episodes here. As you can tell, I may have been using it just a little bit. So I've got plenty of stuff. I'm probably not gonna have to AFK here for a pretty substantial period of time. However, that is not the focus of today's video. Today, we are moving away from this mob farm and moving to a more advanced guardian farm. Conveniently, only about 50 blocks away from our mob farm. So, well, I clearly haven't cleaned out the temple yet, but before I clean out the temple, we have a few things that we need to get. We first of all have to get plenty of resources to build this farm out of. Because, well, I'm out of smooth stone, like, entirely. I don't have any of that left. Oh, never mind. I have 37 blocks of that left. I don't think that's enough. I also need to get some more ice and stuff. Also, I want to build a lot of it out of glass. And I am practically out of furnace fuel. So, yeah, I gotta figure out what I'm gonna do with that. And, most importantly, I need to get 25 unenchanted tridents. That's right. 25. Not going to be too much fun. But since the tridents are definitely going to be the hardest part of that whole resource gathering spree, why don't we go ahead and get some of the easy stuff done? For instance, the glass, smooth stone, the ice, all of that. But I might have to wait like 3.5 minutes before I actually start any of that. So in the meantime, why don't we go ahead and clear out the Guardian Temple? Yeah, so all we gotta do is quickly and hastily kill all 3 of the Elder Guardians. Now, for those who don't know, one is always at the top, and you can see him right there. And there's one in each of these corners. Now, I'm just gonna quit being a baby, and time to do this the good way. And we're in. See how easy that was? Where is the big guy? You're not him. There he is. Just, yep. Oh, let's go. We even got the tied armor trim, and that's very nice. All right, now we're gonna come to the other side of the temple. Just, patiently mine this block. Drop in, and there he is. See, it's too easy. And yes, I am gonna start taking the damage, but you know what? That doesn't matter, because I can do the entire Ocean Monument on one breath. Alright, now I just gotta get out of here before I die. One entire breath of oxygen later, and that's the entire Ocean Monument completed. You're welcome. Now you can go ahead and admire me for just how good and skillful I am at this game. And, well, now I have to wait 4 minutes to go collect any resources. Okay, well, I'll see you guys in a little bit. So I am completely running out of things to burn, and this is just the stone. I still have to do all of the sand, and bamboo does not burn doesn't burn anywhere near long enough. And neither the scaffolding either. These were all full of scaffolding, and they're now empty. Yeah, so definitely one of our future projects is going to A, be a super smelter, and then B, we need some sort of a fuel system, either a coal farm or a blaze farm. But yeah, I'm at the point where I'm gonna go start chopping down trees, and hopefully that'll give me enough fuel, because I've also burned up like all of the blaze rods I have remaining. I have absolutely no fuel remaining for this. Oh my goodness, this is gonna be a while. Alrighty, everybody. Plenty of resources have now been gathered. We have some ice and stuff. We've got our stone, our glass, and some redstone bits and bobs. And then we have 5 tridents, because I just had these on hand from killing random drowns around the island base. So we have 5 tridents, and then I also went ahead and bought 25 Impaling 5 books. I, of course, put the 5 tridents. I already enchanted those. However, we do actually need to obtain 20 more tridents before we can actually build this farm. And well, I don't know how much you guys know about trident mechanics and like how rare they are. In Bedrock Edition, it is definitely easier to obtain tridents than it is in Java. However, it is still a quite annoying and daunting task. So, alright, so I'm just gonna go ahead and run around killing some more drowned, and I'll see you guys in just a moment. Alright, everybody, so, it's been about 30 minutes. I have managed to run into a total of 12 different trident drowns, and I have collected a total of 3 tridents in 30 minutes. Now I know this probably doesn't sound all that bad actually, but I really don't want to do this anymore. So instead, what we're going to do is we're not going to build a small ground farm like on the ocean floor like I was originally planning to do because, well, I've done those in the past. They're not really all that good. I was thinking I might as well just do it for the few tridents we need, but I imagine we're going to need multiple more tridents for many future projects because I have crazy ideas up here. All right, tridents are going to be a necessity. So, we're just going to go ahead and build a drowned farm, like a giant full-scale drowned farm, probably about that big. And no, we are still going to be building the guardian farm this episode. All right, so don't worry. We're still building that this episode. We're not completely sidetracking. We're just going to take like, you know, maybe a 2 to 3 minute little detour. All right. Yeah. So now I got to go gather resources for this project. That's great. This is going to be such fun. Drowned farm it is. All right, here we go. Alrighty, everybody, so there you go. Let me go ahead and turn this off because I really don't want to listen to that awful noise right this second. I'm gonna go ahead and make this quick because it is rather late right now and I'm kind of ready to call it a night. But I have gone ahead and constructed the drowned farm very quickly. As you can see, it's pretty much just a giant funnel made of ice with some water on top. And by building this above an ocean, the drowned will spawn and they can like slip and slide all the way down into the hole. And then we've got this special roof on here that it's dark enough down there, nothing can spawn on top. And with the leaves, we still get surface spawns, so we can get drowns to spawn, because I don't believe they spawn in caves. But even if they do spawn in caves, by having surface spawns, we get extra mobs to spawn because the surface mob cap is greater than the underground cave mob cap. So it gives us benefits either way. Now I'm not going to hook this into the storage system right now because in order to actually sort out the tridents, I would have to get some allays over here, and allay item sorters are not the easiest thing to set up. I'll just have to go ahead and save that for a future video where I plan to work on this whole sorting system here. I want to have some auto crafter bits that work along with the guardian drops to craft the prismarine and sea lanterns and all that stuff. So in that video, that's where we'll set up the allay item sorter as well, but that is not a problem that we're dealing with today. Now, I have already obtained 6 tridents from this, brings our total up to 13, so we need 12 more tridents. Almost there. Okay. Alright, I'm gonna go ahead and AFK a bit more, and I'll see you guys once we have all of the required tridents. And now that we actually have obtained all of the required resources to go ahead and start constructing our guardian farm, we need to go ahead and mark out the spawning locations. Because unlike in Java Edition where guardians just spawn at the structure, in Bedrock Edition there are 25 specific predetermined spawning locations that guardians can spawn in. So I gotta go ahead and mark out all 25 spots before we can actually start building the farm. Also, on a side note, I think the world is glitched because it hasn't stopped raining in 3 days. Even with me sleeping through the night. Don't really know what's going on with that. The rain appeared to just be a client-side bug because I just went ahead and relogged and now the rain is gone. Thank goodness. And voila, now that we have all 25 spawn locations marked, and a column built all the way down to the ocean floor on every single one, yes, even going through the pyramid, so if there's any spots inside that were just water, I went ahead and filled those in too, meaning that now not a single guardian should be able to spawn. Okay, maybe I messed up. Okay, so I may have made a small mistake because as you can tell, unlike the other 4 rows here, these are not in line, so I think I messed these 2 up. After I go ahead and fix those 2, the next step is to go ahead and actually start constructing our spawning containers. So we have to go ahead and start constructing the containers that the guardians are going to spawn in, and the redstone that is going to make all of it work. So I have got the first of the 25 spawning chambers in. So the way this works pretty much is the guardian is going to spawn right here on this block. The water is going to end up pushing it onto this block, where this ceiling trident killer is then going to kill it. Its items are going to float up and over and head off to where we are sending them. This right here is going to be where the bubble column to bring the items up is going to be placed, so I'm going to have to wire up all the surrounding kill chambers into this singular location. So why don't we go ahead and get the other 24 kill chambers all wired up. And now with the entirety of the kill chambers built up and constructed, it is time to go ahead and install the bubble column for our items. And now with all of the water in place for our bubble column, it is time to go ahead and put the tridents into the trident killers. And now with all 25 tridents in, our farm is actually 100% operational. Now, before we actually go ahead and turn on the farm, we need to go ahead and do a few more things, starting with giving me easy access to my AFK spot. And voila, there you go. The Guardian farm is now 100% complete. We have all 25 kill chambers installed. We also have the item transportation system, along with our AFK room, all installed. We even went ahead and wired up the on-off switch to the AFK room. I didn't think I had to show you guys that because it's very simple. It's just slime blocks and pistons. Yeah, it's all done and it works very nicely. So why don't we go ahead and take a look. And exiting through the nether portal, we are now officially in the Guardian AFK chamber. Now, the way this works is standing here loads all of the chambers except for the one directly below me. Unfortunately, when you have every single AFK spot being utilized, the only way to actually be able to activate all 25 spaces is to go ahead and lower this central 25th spot. Otherwise, it's just not going to work. It's just slightly in the range, but if I go up anymore, then the 4 corners are going to be out of range. And I didn't really want to lower this cell, so who cares, just rolling with it. In order to turn on the farm, I just go ahead and flick the lever, and as we can see, all of the trident killers are now active, and we can see the items and XP all flowing through the water streams. Now the items will start popping up, well, right now, there they go. However, the XP does flow much slower. So all the XP does come up to you, but it moves a lot slower than the items. So it does take a little while to get going, but once it does get going, this should be able to get me about 100 levels in just 15 minutes. So it's a very good farm. Anyway, there you go. As you can see, I have already gotten a whole bunch of levels. And then of course, to turn off the farm, I just gotta flick this lever again, and we will see all of the trident killers turn off. Now, when I turn off the farm, I've noticed that sometimes the piston will push any guardians outside of the chamber and into the water, but it doesn't really matter because if I'm turning the farm off, I'm probably leaving the area anyway, so just when I turn off the farm, if I want to turn it back on, I should relog the area so that there's no guardians just swimming around like loosely. As you saw there, one just jumped out of the channel. And then, of course, all the items are now going to be over there. However, there is a small issue that I have noticed, and I want to show you. Unfortunately, because the AFK spot is over here, and the item sorters are over there, I've run into a small issue. This item transportation system is just long enough to the point where the items all stop, like, right there. So if I fly over here, as you can see, they all just loaded in, and they're all in one giant clump. Ignore this was from earlier testing, but all of the new items are in one giant clump of items right there, and this is everything from what I just AFK'd. So the problem is the items go out of simulation distance. The only time the items are able to be sorted is once I come back over here, meaning I could never do like a full overnight AFK session unless I had a second account over here. When we started this area in the last video with the mob farm, I probably should have made it about 20 or 30 blocks closer to the monument, and unfortunately, I didn't. So now I'm kind of facing the repercussions of that. Now, honestly, I don't think this is going to be too large of an issue, because in terms of just getting XP, like I was saying earlier, 15 minutes and you should have more than enough levels to go ahead and turn off the farm. The issue is just going to be you can't AFK for more than 15 to 20 minutes, because otherwise I think there's going to be so many items, it's going to crash the game when you come back over here. So yeah, maybe I didn't think of that, but you know what? That's alright. I don't think it's worth trying to move stuff over or set up a new item sorter over here. I think it's okay. I don't think it's going to be that big of a deal. Okay, sorry for rambling there at the end of the video, but you know, I thought it was something that needed to be discussed. Anyway, that is going to be it for today's video. We are going to do item storage in the next episode, and I do hope you all tune in for the next one because I'm going to be making some crazy automatic crafting systems using the brand new crafter. So all you're going to have to do is click a button and it's automatically going to dispense you either a stack of dark prismarine or a stack of sea lanterns, stack of prismarine blocks, any of that stuff. It'll just automatically give you a stack of it. We're also going to set up some automatic systems to cook all of the fish that we get from this Guardian farm. And we're also going to set up another system to automatically farm kelp and turn it into an infinite fuel supply. Should be a lot of fun, and I hope you guys all end up smashing that subscribe button so that you don't miss when I upload it. Anyways, I hope you all have enjoyed the video, and I'll see you all in the next one. Goodbye!